Hello, I'm Mantastic and Fantastic, and today I want to talk about version 20.4 update, which has just gone live in North America. So this version update brings us the max enhance function, which can in theory reduce the amount of clicking or needless clicking you have to do for certain cards. And I feel like it's a little bit easier to, just showcase what the thing actually looks like in game itself. So you have to pull up the monster screen and show this window over here. And then what you're going to do is press this max enhance button. If the card is already maxed out in every way possible, that button will not be available. So when you pull this window up, it's going to show you this new interface, and it can allow you to potentially skill things up, max awaken, plus 297, etc., at just the click of a button. And in the case of my super reincarnated nut, she has already achieved level 99, she's already achieved the max skill level, and already has fully awakened herself. So that's why those are X'd out already. I can't interact with them, but you are able to level limit breakthrough by clicking it here, or you could just press select all. That's another possible option. And if you noticed here, when I did press select all, it's trying to max level everything. So you can see that I'm going from level 99 to level 120. So you might think, wow, this is great, because one click can solve all your problems. But the drawback is it's not resource efficient at this exact point in time. One thing you're going to notice here is that there's this EXP stock, and what that means is when you log into pad, Gung-Ho is going to gift us all 500 million or so monster stock experience, and this is able to level up your cards. And you can acquire more of this by either clearing various dungeons, and you will receive a bit every time. That's why I have like 163 in kind of left over. Not very much, of course, but playing certain dungeons will obviously— no fish! I didn't mean to press that. Well, I just leveled my nut up inefficiently, and I'll show you why it was inefficient. Anywho, the reason is because when you try and do power fusion for a given card, there's a 100% chance for skill up and basically 100% chance for great or super. So this EXP bank does not actually preserve on colorness. So if I try to sell this monster here, it will give me 50 million monster experience. And when you feed this card in particular to dark cards, you get a 50% bonus, so 75 million experience. But then greats and supers, which happen basically all the time, I always assume everything is going to get a great. It is going to give you another 1.5 on top of it. So fusing on color, fusing for the greats gives you 2.25 times more experience overall, which is obviously much more desirable. So I would never sell any of my monster experience fodder here, because you're just giving up 2.25 times. I will still max awaken, max skill a card for sure, but I'm not going to perform like the larger amounts of monster experience fusing through that thing. What I did there with my nut was a big mistake, so to speak. But then again, Gung-Ho did give us a bunch of those they gave us a bunch of the monster experience, so I technically didn't waste too much necessarily. I'm not going to sell these trade fodder is what I'm trying to say. So don't sell your monster experience fodder. You can quickly level up cards with this system here. I'm definitely going to do it for max skilling stuff, because when I try and max skill something, there are cards with say 40 skill ups, and it's a pain to go back and forth in the window to say pie. Complete waste of time. So it can save us time in some aspects, but it's not efficient to sell off your monster experience you currently have. So play dungeons like you normally do, collect extra monster experience stock fodder, so to speak, in that bank, and then use it whenever you need to. And I think it's just a nice thing to have overall, because it just gives us potentially more useful quality of life improvements. Now, after that, there is going to be basically all this text here, which I just essentially showed. Like I said, clearing a dungeon will give you some monster stock experience. You can sell stuff, but I don't recommend you ever sell anything. Latent resist to Madras will now give you a bit of a preview to show what they do when fused. I think this is nice for newer players, or just players in general when you think about it, because it gives us a little bit more in-game information. Nice little quality of life feature there. Just gives us a bit more information as to what this card actually does, because when you think about it, the leader skill text portion doesn't tell me much of anything. There is now a new awoken skill. There's the anti-skill boost. So basically, instead of giving you +1 skill boost, it's -1. So a regular skill boost cancels out this negative skill boost. And it's a way to penalize certain weapon assist or maybe possible monster cards in order to compensate for their possible stronger power level. It's kind of like what Gung-Ho did with the what's it called? Kind of what Gung Ho did with the negative stat late awakenings, basically like losing health, recovery, attack value to kind of compensate. So this is kind of like the next trend, so to speak. And then in addition to this, we have a new 6-slot latent awakening skill, which is assist void recovery. So inherit or like placing this latent awakening on cards with the L unlock will grant them 1 turn of assist void clearing per L awakening they own for their matching colors. So that Nut example I had has a bunch of L's. If Nut had this latent awakening, she can clear many turns of assist recovery void. So basically, why is this important? Well, there are many instances where spawns will take away your assists and your life becomes much harder because your weapon assists are probably contributing a large amount of your actual HP. So having, them come back sooner or maybe resist. A good example is Alt MD4, because I remember quite clearly that when Fagin Rai takes your assists away, you probably don't have your cloud or tape resist, and then you go into the next floor and lo and behold, you get hit with those cloud and tape attacks, and the tape attacks can be potentially a little lethal. So it's a way to possibly circumnavigate this if you have cards with lots of these L awakenings. And in addition to that, it provides 1.8 times damage cap boosting if they're a card that's achieved level 111 or higher. And that is actually all the quality of life improvements that come with version 20.4 update. Most of it comes to this max enhanced function. I'm definitely going to utilize it for max skilling some cards or max awakening, but I'm probably not going to overuse it for monster experience unless we get various rewards from like maybe quests or like limited time events. But with that being said, let me know what you, ladies and gentlemen, think about this max enhanced function in the comment section down below. Do you think it makes it a little bit more exciting, or do you think it's just a little less intuitive because, we're losing out on the great and the on-color fusion? But regardless of that, hopefully all you lovely ladies and gentlemen out there have a truly fantastic day. I wish you all the best of luck in your own pad adventures, and happy puzzling.